Good afternoon. Welcome to Eagle Baseball here on the Conway Christian Sports Network. The Eagles taking on the Mount Vernon-Enola Warhawks in their final conference matchup of the season. The district tournament kicks off next week. So the Eagles trying to wrap up conference play. They are 11-3 overall and 4-1 in conference as we're ready to get things started. Eli Brandon on the mound for the Eagles. His first pitch going to be fouled back behind the plate for the first strike. Tucker Henry, the pitcher for Mount Vernon, is going to lead things off. Here's the 0-1 pitch that's going to be down and away for ball one. 1-1 pitch from Brandon. That's going to be lined into left field. Going back is Bryce Keithley up against the wall. He gloves it, but unable to bring it in. He's going to relay it into Stone, the shortstop. That's going to go down as a leadoff double for Mount Vernon. So runner at second base, nobody out on that hard hit ball to left field. So leadoff double for the Warhawks. That'll bring up their number 2 hitter, James Rogers, who is playing center field today. First pitch from Brandon is in there for a strike. 0-1 pitch. Going to be called strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be down for a ball. Eli coming into this game with a 2-2 record. Overall, he's thrown over 26 innings for the Eagles. He comes set here for the 1-2 pitch. Gives a look back to second base. Comes set. Here's the pitch. That misses high. Count evens up at 2-2. Eli with a ERA on the season of 2.39. And he's got 50 strikeouts so far on the season. Looking for another one here. The 2-2 pitch in there for called strike 3 looking. And that's the first out of the inning for the Eagles. And that'll bring up the shortstop for Mount Vernon, Logan McNair. First pitch in there for a strike. Gives a look back to second base. Runner gets back in time. Eagles coming into this game 11-3 overall, 4-1 in conference. And they have secured the number 2 seed in the conference going into the district tournament next week, as we've talked about before. With that 2 seed, that has also given them an automatic bid into the regional tournament after that. Pitch can be swung on and missed. Throw down to third base. The runner takes off. And the throw is not in time as runner able to steal second. Tucker Henry, or able to steal third, I should say. Counts 1-2 with 1 away here in the top of the first inning. Brandon comes set, throws home. That's going to be in there, called strike 3. So back-to-back batters get caught looking, and there's 2 away here for the Warhawks in the first. That'll bring up their catcher, Jack Lawrence. Called strike 1. Fastball going to miss outside for ball one. He popped up to the right side and foul for strike two. One-two count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three, and that'll end the inning. So leadoff double from the Warhawks, but Eli Brandon able to strike out three straight to end the inning. No score as we head to the bottom of the first between Conway Christian and Mount Vernon. All right, we're ready for the bottom of the first inning here in Conway Christian. No score between the Eagles and Mount Vernon, as freshman Isaiah Brister is going to lead things off for the Eagles. First pitch going to be ball. 1-0 pitch going to miss low as well. That one's going to be flied into right center, giving chase. Not going to get there. It's going to drop into the gap for an extra base hit. Isaiah Brister standing up at second with a leadoff double for the Eagles. That'll bring up the shortstop, Xander Stone. First pitch going to drop in there for a called strike one. That one's going to be driven into right field, getting underneath it. Caught. Brister going to tag at second base, and he slides into third. No throw is there. So a fly out to right field from Xander Stone, but the runner does advance into score, or 90 feet from home. So one away, and that'll bring up Preston Elliott. First pitch misses high for ball one. The 1-0 pitch is going to miss as well for ball two. That one's going to get by the catcher. Brister takes home, and the Eagles have their first run of the game. And Elliott goes ahead in the count 3-0. So 3-0 count to Elliott. Here's the pitch. That's going to be called for strike one, so now it's 3-1. That's in there for strike two. So now the count is full. And that's ball four. So Elliott draws the walk with one away here. That'll bring up the catcher, Reese Post. Elliott gets his lead off at first base. Here's the pitch. Elliott's going to take off. That ball's down in the dirt. Gets to the backstop. Elliott will take second without a throw. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss for a ball. And that's going to hit him. So Reese takes first base on the hit by pitch. And the Eagles have runners at first and second with one out, and that'll bring up Ace Kohler. As we'll have a mound visit here for Mount Vernon. All right, the mound visit is over, so Ace Kohler will step in. Runners at first and second, one away. First pitch is going to be in there for a called strike. A 1 pitch going to miss low for ball 1. That's going to stay high for ball 2. Counts 3-1 here to Ace. 1 away here in the first inning. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a called strike at the knees. And the count is now full. Line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Rounding third is Preston Elliott. He's coming home. No throw into the plate, and the Eagles have a 2-0 lead. The RBI base hit from Ace Kohler. And that'll bring up Kendall Willis. First pitch to Willis drops in there for a called strike. Grounds that one to the left side. Third baseman takes it. And it's a force out at third base. So McKinney, who was running for post, is retired. And that's going to be 2 away on the fielder's choice to the third baseman. And that'll bring up Kyle Kane. First pitch going to be looked at and called for strike 1. Pick off back to second base. That's going to get into center field. Kohler not going to be able to advance on it. So nothing, no harm done there as the ball got into center field, but Kohler unable to kind of locate it there. So he stays put at second base. Still an 0-1 count here to Kyle Kane, the junior first baseman. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss up and in for ball 1. That's fouled back. And the count's now 1-2 to Kane. Kohler, the runner at second. Kendall Willis, the runner at first. 1-2 count to Kane. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be called for a ball. Missed high. The count evens up at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to miss high as well. And the count is full to Kyle Kane with 2 away, so the runners will be in motion here. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss for a ball. Gets to the backstop. Kohler's going to round third. He's not going to advance, though. But a 2-out walk from Kyle Kane will load the bases for the Eagles. As we've got a timeout, as the pitcher for Mount Vernon looks to be shaken up. Not sure what happened. He got something, looks like he might have got something in his eye. But we'll take a quick break as they straighten that out. Eagles have the bases loaded, a 2-0 lead with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. All right, looks like they got things figured out. We're back. Bases loaded for the Eagles. 2 away. Bryce Keithley going to step up to bat here. So we'll watch the first pitch for a ball. Or for a strike, sorry. 0-1 pitch. That's going to miss down on the dirt for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's popped up at the plate. Catcher trying to find it, and he's going to miss it, so it drops foul. And the count's now 1-2. One-two pitch to Keithley. There it is. Ground ball to third baseman. He will glove it, step on the bag at third, and that'll end the inning. Eagles get 2 runs across here in the bottom of the first, and they will take a 2-0 lead over Mount Vernon. All right, we head to the top of the second inning. Conway Christian holds a 2-0 lead over Mount Vernon. As Zion Lair will lead things off for the Warhawks. He watches the first pitch for a ball. one's going to miss for a ball as well, and it counts 2-0. Fouls that one back to make it 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch going to miss low for ball 3, and it's 3-1. And that's going to be ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the Warhawks. Puts a runner at first base. And that'll bring up Mason Harrison. It's a bat for Mount Vernon. First pitch going to miss outside for ball 1. I apologize. It looks like having some issues with the camera. It's kind of struggling to upload things, so I'll try and get that fixed. That pitch is fouled off at the plate for strike 1. See if I can reconnect the camera. So 1-1 count. Brandon comes set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled off into the dugout. So now 1-2. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. Count evens up at 2-2. Pick off over to first base. Not going to be in time. Swings and misses. Strike 3. And that's the first out of the inning. So 1 away. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss high for ball 1. Josh Kerr, the batter for the Warhawks. Pick off over to first, not in time. That swung on and missed for strike 1. One count. That's in there and looked at for strike 2. That's going to be called strike 3. So back-to-back Ks for Brandon. That brings up Ryder Henry, the second baseman. First pitch to him is looked at for a called strike. That misses up and in for ball 1. Called strike 2. Brandon steps off. No throw to first. Two strikes. Here's the pitch. That's looked at and called for strike three. So 3 straight strikeouts after a leadoff walk for Eli Brandon. The Eagles will take a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second inning. We'll be right back as I will try and figure out what's going on with the camera here. All right, I'm still working on the camera. As I was doing that, Hudson Wheeler led things off with a fly out to center, and then Isaiah Brister had a hard hit base hit back up the middle, and then has now taken second on a passed ball or a wild pitch. And Xander Stone is now up to bat for the Eagles. You'll watch that one for a called strike. The count is 2-1. Little soft hit ground ball foul to the right side. Two pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. So there's now 2 away here in the second inning. Preston gets a base hit through the left side. That'll score Brister. The Eagles take a 3-0 lead. Pick back over to first base, not in time. Close play over there, but Preston able to scamper back in time. Reese Post is now the hitter for the Eagles. Elliott going to take off for second. He's going to be up without a throw. Two away here in the second. Runner at second for Reese Post. Here's the pitch. Watches that for a called strike. Ground ball left side, slow roller, third baseman charges, gloves, makes the throw. That's going to be wild. Gets to the fence, Elliott going to score. Post tries to take second, and he does. Slides in safely, so Post going to reach on what's probably going to go as a base hit, an infield hit, and then advances second on the throw. Scores Elliott, and that makes it 4-0 Conway Christian. I apologize for the video. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but try and do my best to let you know what's going on as Ace Kohler swings and misses at the first pitch. Caleb McKinney is the runner at second now for Reese Post as the courtesy runner. That pitch misses high. Count evens up at 1-1. Counts 1-2 to Kohler with 2 away. He's going to swing and miss for strike 3. And that'll end the inning. Eagles do get across 2 more runs as they will take a 4-0 lead into the third inning over Mount Vernon.